This drill has one more day to prove what it can do. Field 53 still needs sowing, but our newly seeded wheat also needs weeding. The remaining spinach is ready for its second cut, and the final cut of grass for silage needs mowing. The easy drill can get one of those jobs moving, but can we make enough progress everywhere else before the day is over? Let's get farming. Hello and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and today we have a lot of jobs to get done on the farm. We've got the remaining spinach that needs doing, so we're going to get the harvester running and going as quickly as we can on that because it has 2 fields to do. We've got a whole load of weeding to do, so I'm going to get the little Fent out with its care wheels on doing that. That is the 2 wheat fields that we planted last time. Both of those are now absolutely full of weeds. So those need sorting before those get any worse over the winter. And so we'll get this started down on field 61. And we also need to get the grass cut so that we can get it in for the final load of silage before getting that all done for and compacted over the winter. So that needs to be cut as well. So we'll set this going on here. And with those 3 jobs started, we can start looking at getting this out. Now, I have just noticed that we need more fertilizer. So let's get this opened up. And I haven't run down to the shop to grab what's down there. Kinda hoping we might have some in here. Nope. Here, turn this off. We're going to head down to the shop, load up everything we've got down there, and bring it back up here. So I went down to the shop, and I've picked up a couple of 1,000 litres of solid fertiliser and 1,000 litres of seeds. If I just pull this over here, we should be able to go and get our telehandler and get these loaded up. So we'll start with the seeds. Get under there like that. I think these go in the front hoppers, what I was trying to work out last time. So up here and over. If I'm right, they should go in here. Either that or they're going to go on the floor. Nope. So it looks like I need to get up there and get them in that section there, like so. And then the fertilizer goes in the back section. So that, I think, is the seeds refilled. So we'll go and stick these in our shed. And then we'll grab these 2 bags of fertilizer. Actually, no, I want to grab the half-emptied one along with a full one. Get both of those in. We'll empty out the half-empty one first and then the full one. And hopefully that should give us enough to get all of field 53 done today. Let's just jump up here, empty that out, and then empty that out if I can maneuver it into the right place. And there we go. And I think it's going to take all of that bag. Right, we'll see if it'll take any more. I think it takes 2,000 plus litres of the fertilizer. Or no, I think it was like 1,700 litres of fertilizer and 1,200 litres of the seeds. So yeah, it won't take all of this bag, I don't think. Let's give this a try. There we go. Yeah, didn't take much of that bag at all. So this too can go into our shed. So yeah, 1,240 litres of solid fertilizer and 1,760 litres of the seeds. That is has our course there at 100 degrees. Okay, that. Get ourselves there. Unfold the kit. Like yesterday, we are only doing 85 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare. Make this last a bit longer, and we should have a pretty good setup. Let's close our covers. There we are. That's better. Right, onward we go. Mower has finished, so we'll get all of this folded up, and we'll go and get the windrower. That's really good. That is before 11 in the morning. We've already got all of the grass cut. So as the grass is cut, we need to get it windrowed. So there's our course, and away it goes. And our weeder has finished as well. So we need to move this up to field 46 so that can get that field weeded. So bring this over to here and set our hired worker off on this field now. It was always going to be the real test of this drill with this tractor. Being able to go uphill like this with our less than fully powered tractor on the farm is great. I don't think this drill hits anywhere near the full HP of this tractor, but I think for a direct drill, for what it's doing and everything, this would be an upgrade on the farm. My expectation that seeding this field would take most of the day, I think, is pretty spot on. If we can finish by mid-afternoon, I'd be quite happy, because A, that will give our rollers a chance to finish off, and B, it will give us a chance to go round and quickly collect up the grass from our for our silage. So both of those would be good. I'm more worried, I think, about the spinach harvester and how long that is going to take to do the 2 fields that has, considering it took most of the day yesterday just to get field 97 done. And that is a much more regular shaped field than either of the 2 that we're doing today. Well, we've gone across the field. And now we're going to head back. I'm expecting an even number across the field here. So we should end up, I think, back in the bottom corner. Both my hired workers have finished their jobs, and I really wish right now that I could switch and go and do the jobs that we've got that require me to be a little bit more manual. We are all right. We've got time. We're making really good progress across this field. It is 12:15, so there's a good chance by 2 o'clock maybe we might have got these headlands done. If that's the case, or might have got this done to the point where we're looking at doing the headlands. If that's the case, then I should be able to get the rollers on here at that point, and then we'll get the headlands done. We can go and collect up the grass, and we might even clear one of the fields today or get one of the fields baled today as well, which would be great. And this next time we're probably going to have this tractor on the baling, because we're going to need the Fent doing the subsoiling once we've got the mulcher across stuff. I want to turn things around essentially and be ready to start planting the poppies in March by the end of December. That way we can skip a couple of months, not worry too much about the winter, and come out the other side with enough time to get next year's harvest done before the end of the series. Switching to wheat has made seeding this year so much less stressful. We have got to the point where we're most of the way through the body of the field. We've got one more row left on the body of the field, and we're going to end up in the bottom corner, which is fantastic. But last year we were desperately trying to get things finished, going well into the evening on all of our seeding, and we still ended up having to do one more field. Whereas this year, because we've switched to the wheat, and because we've given ourselves that extra time to get this this field done, we've ended up in a really great position. It is 5-1. We are on the last row of the field, and we are going to be able to get this field done in plenty of time today. In fact, we might even be able to get it done in time for us to get the grass off the meadow. One thing that we talked about last time, which has certainly helped with the field that we've been working on today, and that we need to sort out here. We have 63% tire wear on here, so I'm just going to replace the tires on this tractor, because 63% is going to affect us doing the hillsides here. But the grip on our 8000 series is so much better with the new tires on it than it was the previous day, where our tires were at 93% wear. I'm slowly replacing the tires across the farm, hence the reason why I've just done it on our 3000 series here. Just gonna set this to 100. Okay, and away this goes. And I could do that then because we have just done that first bit of headland over there where there's a bit of an overlap, and by the time we get back round the bottom end, it should be out of our way. We are going to have to refill the solid fertilizer though when we get back to the entrance to the field. We do not have enough to finish this field. I think we have enough just to get around this headland. I was hoping we were going to be out of the way of the roller, but I think, yeah, it's on its way down. So we'll get this done as quickly as possible. Let's open this up. And then push this out. There we go. Yeah, it's saying it's blocked by an object, and that would be us. Right, empty that, and I think all of this bag should fit in here. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's get this out the way, and then we can get our seeder out the way, and everything can continue. This is rolling somewhere where I am planting. We need to move the roller so that it is behind us. There we go. That's much better. Now I know that I'm not going to have a problem. I'm a little bit worried if that is doing that not as a headland but a main body part of the field. Are we going to end up with a patch up the top here where it's already been, where it isn't going to be rolled? Could we have it that this is going to be just this little stretch up here that's missed? I'm hoping not. I've just had a thought. We have a spinach field that's finished that could be mulched. So I am going to go and get this field here. We'll sort the mulcher out and get that running on here, and hopefully get a little bit ahead, because we need to start next month processing these fields. So looking at this, we do have a section up the top here of the field where the roller hasn't done anything. Oh, speaking of which, I haven't put this down, yeah, so I think it might require coming up here with the roller when the headland's done, although it might be all right. Looking at the width and the fact that I'm expecting that to do 2 headlands, maybe that will catch that gap. So we're back up to the entrance again, and that is the field seeded. This has been an absolute pleasure to use, the seeder. I am very, very pleased. Let me know down in the comments, should we put out a search for one of these for the new year? And when we come to plant our crops in the at the beginning of the year, should we go and grab one of these and sell the Vadestad one that we currently have? I think that the farm would benefit from that, but I want to know what you guys think as well. Right, I'm gonna wash it down, empty it out, and get it ready to be returned, because it's been a fantastic demo, but it is going to be gone by the end of the day, or by the start of tomorrow. So we kind of want to park it out the way, nice and clean, and then we can get the seeds and the fertilizer that's in it out, and get those stored. For my next job, this tractor is a little bit overkill, but both tractors that I would probably use for this are already taken up. So we're going to stay in the 8000 series, hook it up to the forage wagon, and start getting this lifted. I could use the little Fendt, but I haven't brought that back to the yard, and it's got the care wheels on, so we're just gonna get started like this and start collecting up this grass so that we can turn it into silage. Taken most of the day, but the spinach harvester is finally full, and unfortunately it wants to empty right in the crop. So I'm going to take charge of it, back it off, and then we'll reverse and go the other side of the truck to empty. Yeah, very annoying that does that, and I probably should put it on course plate so that I can always ensure I'm gonna empty in the right place. There's also, we have some spinach in the trailer already, so it's not going to take the full load off this harvester. There we go, left 4,000 litres in it. Also, the yield is massively down. I need to remember when this is regrowing that I need to give it more fertilizer, because otherwise we get a worse yield from our second cut than we get from our first. Spinach harvest this year has not been as successful, and I think there are some things I will need to change before next year's. However, we have still made a decent amount of money from it. That can be seen in the 35,600 odd that we've made off that load today. While our spinach hasn't been as successful this year, our silage definitely has. This is the last couple of rows of grass that we need to collect. I've had at least 4 loads of grass off here today, which has been exceptionally good. It has just gone 5 o'clock, and in November that means that it's all dark and we can't really see much more work. There is still an entire field of spinach to harvest, and our spinach harvester is gonna have to go into the night to get that before it withers. Meanwhile, our roller is doing fairly well. That has almost finished field 53, so that will continue into the evening. Otherwise, I think it's been a pretty successful day here on the farm. In fact, I think that might be the spinach harvester finishing, so we'll go and move that to its next field. But I'm gonna leave it here, and we will pick it up in December. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and drop us a comment. A huge thank you to all my patrons and channel members whose names are on screen now. Your support makes these videos possible. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the recommended video below or subscribe and help us on the road to 50,000 subscribers. And I will see you next time.